Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. I hope that you guys are all having an amazing day. I wanted to share with you what happened today with, again, I have a huge focus on the series of different commodities. I watch a bunch of these futures, overall ETNs and ETFs. I'm sure you guys have heard of it, and that's probably why you clicked on this video. It was very unfortunate, but over the weekend, there was a missile bombing on one of the refineries within Saudi Arabia, right? I wanted to, if you guys didn't watch the video that I shared yesterday, because of this attack on Saudi Arabia, there is a 40% push on UWT, meaning that crude oil pushed up about 10 to 15%, and that sent the triple leverage ETF or ETN UWT up 40%. The reason that this happened, and this is something that I talked about in yesterday's video, and I want to keep it super short and sweet. Due to the attack, right, it reduced the amount of, in a sense, oil available, right, which then directly increases the overall demand because in a sense there could be viewed to be a scarcity, right? Then that would directly have a positive influence on oil because that drives the prices up for oil. One of the things that was shared today is that oil price tumbles as Saudi recovers from drone attack, and what this means is that I think they put it in a very simple form right here, and it says like Saudi oil output to return much quicker than expected. So because of this attack, they thought that there was going to be a shortage for a much longer period of time. This news pretty much just emphasizes the idea that it's not going to take as long as expected for oil to recover, meaning that that's a direct, in a sense, negative. That's directly like negative news towards oil, which is most likely going to drive the price down. And that's exactly what we saw today. If you guys were paying attention, this is /CL, and this news article was even shared within TD Ameritrade. And you guys can see right here, right around 6:36, we were live. I was trading live with the Learn Plan Profit group, and right around that time, I believe it was 6:37 that this report came out. 6:36. So U.S. stock waivers as oil prices retain gains, and was a direct negative catalyst for crude oil. This sent crude oil just completely selling off, and we saw this all happening. A couple of our members partook in it. I found the risk to be a little bit too great, and because of that, I held back. This is what I wanted to share with you. You guys can see that DWT, as soon as this report came out, or this news article came out, it drove the price up instantly, over 10%. And altogether with where it's at right now, it's above 14% since the report was released. And what I wanted to share with you is that, yesterday with that 40% gain, it was, I think, 43 at its peak for UWT. Think about this. 43% was what it gained on the day from the previous close on Friday to its peak on Monday. The actual difference, if you guys go back to UWT, the actual difference in when the market opened to where it actually peaked out, it's actually less than 14%, and it took hours to do that. The crazy thing about this is that DWT did this all in a matter of 1 hour from when the article came out, and how it recovered. This movement all happened within a span of an hour. And the reason that I'm trying to make it like this, like such a big thing, is like I want you to understand like how, again, like news is just completely taking over with this certain commodity right now, and how it's having either a positive or a negative impact on the series of ETNs. And all I'm here to remind you is with greater volatility comes greater risk. And yes, you can make so much money, right? I mean, just think about it. Like I could have grown my account, if you think about it that way, I could have grown my account 10%. And I was literally in a position moments before this happened. I think 6 minutes before it happened. But I decided to cut losses, and I actually ended up taking a loss on DWT. So you guys can see that right here, 127. I took a loss on DWT. But it's because I managed my risk and I was uncertain of what was going to happen. And I know a lot of you guys might be thinking, well, man, if I would have just held, I would have been up, 14%. Just think about it this way. If the news report said or stated, instead of there being, a quicker recovery than expected, if it was actually going to take longer than expected, it would have been a positive catalyst for crude oil and a negative catalyst for DWT. Please do not trade based off of hope. If you go into a position, especially with this market volatility, all I'm here to remind you is that I want you to do amazing, right? You want to do amazing. There's no question about that. Set yourself up for success. Enter a position only when it makes sense to you. And please, 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 because of this volatility, you need to manage your risk. You need to have, there's I'm never too huge. I will set stop losses from time to time. I am setting a stop loss on every single trade that I take if I'm partaking in any of these commodities due to the volatility. There's too much news that's influencing the market right now. And technicals can only do so much when overall news and fundamentals take over. No indicator, none of that is going to be something of value or of use when it comes down to news being released in favor of either side. So I just want to be that friendly reminder that, again, you do you. I hope you absolutely kill it today. Set yourself up for success, especially with this market volatility, and just see this movement happen. And there's nothing wrong with stepping away and not actually taking a trade, because again, if there's any uncertainty, no clear direction, or you're struggling to identify a pattern, then why put yourself in a position in which you're going to regret, right? So I wish you guys the overall best. I'll show you guys my overall. I've taken 2 losses so far, $325, and just so you guys could see my first trade, right, which was at 6:25, so it was pre-market hours. It was 4,000 shares, and you guys could see that it was at 384. So yeah, it would have been nice to have been in DWT, but again, coulda, shoulda, woulda, and it could have gone either way. So I'm just happy that I managed my risk, and I just need to allow an opportunity to present itself and see if it does. If it does, then great, I'll take action. If it doesn't, then guess what? I'll end the day at $300 of loss, and that's 100% okay, because that's only a fraction of my account. So I really do appreciate your guys' time. I'm going to be keeping you guys up to date if you're part of the Learn Plan Profit group under the trade ideas section of what I see pushing up and what I see pushing down. And if you guys have any further questions, again, don't be afraid to send me a text message with the number down in the description. Don't forget to join our free Facebook group at the first link below. And if you want to join our Learn Plan Profit team, that's going to be that second link below. Really do appreciate you guys' time. Wish you guys an amazing rest of your day. I really hope that it earned your thumbs up and that you guys could subscribe. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.